Here's a quick demo of expressCode code editor for After Effects. The first time you open it, it'll open to the expression side of things. But since I have a blank project, I'm going to switch to script mode first by clicking this button here. This won't be a full tutorial about scripting, just showing some of the features of expressCode that make scripting a little easier. So I need a comp to work with, so let's start with just variable myComp equals app.project.items. You can see that expressCode is using IntelliSense to provide available properties and methods as you're typing, which is really handy. We'll do add comp next, and we can see that it tells us what parameters we need for creating a new composition. We'll do expressCode for the name, width of 1920, height of 1080, 1 for the pixel aspect ratio, 5 seconds for the duration. I'll stop there intentionally and try to run it. So you can see that I get a nice descriptive error saying I need 6 parameters for add comp, and it gives a line number of the error. If you want feedback like this in the editor, you can switch to TypeScript with this button on the bottom toolbar. Now, TypeScript has a lot more to it than just error checking like this, but I won't dive into all that right now. You can see it highlights the problem code, and if I hover over it, it shows me the same error I saw in the previous alert. So to fix that, I'll add in another parameter for the frame rate and move on to my next line. I want a text layer so we can play with some expressions on it. So I'll go with variable text layer equals mycomp.layers.add, and you can see all the options that match so far. So we'll go down to add text. And for this, we'll just go with a simple string of placeholder text. Lastly, we'll do a mycomp.openInViewer. It's a simple script, but it gets the job done for what we're looking for. So we'll go ahead and run it, and you'll see that we have our comp with a text layer that opens in the viewer. Now we can go ahead and switch back to expression mode since we have a comp to work with using the same button up top. If I click Load Expressions, we still don't see anything because the comp I have doesn't have any expressions in it yet. So let's check out the expressions library. There's a handful of expressions that come with expressCode, but you can edit any of them and save your own expressions so you can customize it however you'd like. I'm going to start with a countdown clock expression under the text category. So you can just select it and click Apply Expression. And then let's go ahead and choose the fade in out expression and apply that too. So one thing I want to quickly point out is that you might have expressions that are only used on specific properties, like source text or opacity, but there's a lot of expressions that you might have that are more universal and can go on almost any property. So let's pick wiggle, everyone's favorite expression. If I try to apply it with just the selected layer, it'll say that it can't apply because it doesn't know what property to apply it to. If I select the position property and try to apply it, then it will apply just fine. So let's show how this works. If I edit this expression, you can see this optional default property at the bottom. And this is what controls if it can automatically apply or the property needs to be selected in order to apply. There's this autofill button right next to it that works, so you don't need to know how the parameter is named. It'll just fill in from the property that's currently selected. So now that we have a comp with some expressions, we can jump back to the first screen that we started on and try load expressions again. It'll scan your active comp and show you any expressions that are in that comp. You can select any of them and edit your expressions directly and apply them. What's cool once you're working with live expressions like this is that it'll give you live expression errors too. If you mistype something, it'll show you the error and highlight the line that it comes from. So from here, it's really easy to edit your expressions and apply them without ever having to touch or resize your timeline panel. That's going to be it for our demo of expressCode. We hope that you find it useful and love it as much as we do.